YouTube, we're back in the truck. Um, Went for a short test drive, fixing to go home, load up the jet ski, and hit the lake. Boy, I've sure got some really good questions from you guys. Questions, some of which I have no answers for, and some of which I presume I do, just from trial and error. But really good questions. I've had several of you ask about the truck, the fact that it is a work truck, as to what was on it as far as the weight of the vehicle. It's a 1500 series Chevrolet Silverado, two-wheel drive. It's got the 326 V8 in it. As far as what am I packing additional weight, I've got my tools, and I don't know, I guess I'll show you. The bed of the truck, I've just got a toolbox mounted in the back, and I went from a van to a truck, which was difficult to do. But what I did, I took a quarter-inch thick aluminum plate, that skid plate, and built a frame in the bed of the truck, and got a little gate on it. The thing's about, I think 10 inches tall. So, but it's enough room for me to keep my little giant ladder and some stuff here, and then here I've got it's a 4-foot pull-out drawer that I keep a bunch of tools in. So as far as additional weight, there's probably maybe 600 pounds, give or take, of additional weight onto the truck. As far as everything else, it's just pretty much a truck. The back seat, I keep a lot of my tools and stuff I work with. So it's certainly not a humongous amount of additional weight, but nonetheless, it's more than what you just normally carry. I also have been asked about the fuel that I use, and maybe I had failed to mention that in addition to the hydrogen, I've been running for years now in this truck. I've been running 3 ounces of xylene for every 10 gallons of fuel, and 3 ounces of acetone to every 10 gallons of fuel. And I've done that and picked up mileage gains in and of itself. Both those components are oxygen releasing. They just tend to, by themselves, pick up miles per gallon. But that, in the addition to the hydrogen generator on my vehicle, I am netting around 30 miles per gallon. I get a little better on the highway, obviously, than I do in town. I've gone as low as around 29 miles per gallon in town. But the hydrogen generator has given me more mile per gallon than any improvements that I have made to the vehicle. I also had somebody had questioned about, we can't create more energy, or it costs more to create the energy than what we get out of it. And maybe in some formulas that's true. However, when I keep the amperage down on the system, and the question being, there's a misnomer going around that the alternator is providing free energy. It's just sitting there spinning anyway. Well, in fact, it is sitting there spinning. But as far as wasted energy, it's not. Now, when I go to load a circuit, for instance, we're running 27 to 29 amps on the hydrogen reactor. That's putting a load on the alternator, and what drives the alternator is the crankshaft of the engine. So is it putting a load on the crankshaft? Absolutely it is. I certainly won't debate that one. However, the amount of hydrogen generated and what the engine can do to utilize that when in tapering our fuel signal down, because we're replacing that extra fuel with a combustible source, i.e. the hydrogen-oxygen mixture we're creating off our generator. So in this scenario, has it proven to generate more than what it cost me to make the hydrogen? In fact, I believe it has. My fuel mileage has indeed gone up. So as far as the scientific aspects, that's about as technologically advanced as I can get on the subject. I'm sure there are some of you out there who um, are much more knowledgeable in that department than me. That being said, I'm beyond the debating on whether or not this technology works. In fact, it does, and whether anybody believes it does or not is, at this junction, it's irrelevant to me, because when I go to gas my truck up at the pump, in essence, I look at it in a sense of it's costing me around $2 a gallon for fuel now. So take that one to the bank. Peace. You all have a good, safe weekend. Bye.